Well, Aaron's advisory for 5 o'clock has just come in. So we're seeing this still maintained at a Category 1 hurricane, 75-mile-an-hour winds. We have not seen a whole lot of change with this update. What we have seen, though, is the forecast trend with the system does take this at a stronger hurricane level for longer. We're going to get to that in just a moment, but you can see the latest advisory showing the wind field still in that northeastern quadrant, continuing to move to the west. We've got that tropical model potentially bringing the storm still north of the British Virgin Islands, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and Puerto Rico. It then turns as it's moving a little bit north and east of the Dominican Republic. As it makes that turn, it's intensifying. It's moving through these very deep, warm waters in the ocean of the Atlantic. Then it takes that turn, becomes a Category 4. What's new tonight is that turn, and it may maintain as a Category 4 hurricane. Some of the forecast models really consistently taking the storm between the United States, between the Carolinas and Bermuda. So right now we're expecting the storm as a Category 4 to maintain at that strength for longer. So if it passes by Bermuda as a Category 4, even if it's a little bit farther east or west, it's going to have big ramifications for our coastline too. We may see higher wave heights. We're also going to have a chance to see those impacts for rain and wind, more severe impacts for folks in Bermuda from St. George and the Hamilton area there. We're going to be watching this continuing to move to the north and east on that track as it moves into the open Atlantic waters sometime by the end of next week. But the track does take it close to the Carolinas, at least off the coast of the Carolinas, I should say, as we go into Tuesday night and Wednesday. You're going to start to notice some bigger wave heights. You're going to also see some rip current possibilities. The hurricane wind probabilities with greater than 74-mile-an-hour winds, not as impressive, at least for folks here down to the south. We're seeing worst of the weather for folks there in terms of the hurricane probabilities, really close to the center of that storm, but it's more likely to impact folks out in areas of Bermuda. Even right now, they're in that 20% range, but notice Atlantic Beach and Hatteras, they have that 5% possibility right now. And there's a lot of track changes that are going to occur within the next several days. So this is 5 to 8 days out. So we've got some time to watch the system and also prepare. So we don't want to get you concerned, but we do want to talk about the possibility that this could have bigger impacts at the shore. So hurricane wind probability still right now showing that that system has a better opportunity to stay off of land for a longer period, but also stronger now as it's going to near Bermuda and stay off the coast of North Carolina. So 5 o'clock advisory for tonight, a Category 1 hurricane, first of the season, and will become the first major hurricane of 2025 as well, going into early next week, if not by Sunday. So you see that track, all the spaghetti model plots showing variations in where the system could go. So still some uncertainty there as we look ahead. We'll be watching for wave heights too. Right now the wave height's not so bad out to the west, but right here at the center we've got some 10-foot waves, some 17-foot waves, and that's going to be a big storm as it narrows and turns between North Carolina and Bermuda.